Mr. Ismet Aktekin, Director of the Turkish Golf Federation. Unfortunately, you were not able to hold this tournament in your country, but I think Turkey is still in the run to organize the Manuel Trophy and maybe Patki and Trophy if they continue together. What efforts are you going to do to organize it in the future?
Well, as a matter of fact, the cancellation have been made by the Asian Pacific side of this Manuel Trophy, which we already decided nearly a year and a half ago. Well, since their objection was terrorism in the Middle East, so we agreed totally with the European Golf Association. So therefore, at that time, the Portuguese Golf Association was also, of course, because of Manuel, helping to the EGA. So therefore, we agreed not to do this Manuel Trophy this time in Turkey because of the unrest situation in the Middle East. So the Portuguese Golf Federation organized very, very nicely at the Villa Palace Golf Resorts for this tournament, and very successfully, and the tournament was very, very good.
But Turkey is still in the run, I think.
Of course. Anytime we would like to have an offer, obviously, we would make a positive effort to make the tournament in Turkey. We have no reason not to do it because we are part of the European Golf Association. So that was the reason why, eventually, if the parties feel that comfortable to make the organization in Turkey, we will be willing to help them and cooperate with them. This time, situation not as bad as what our friends from the Asian Pacific side think. The reason is, 6 weeks ago, we had one of the world's most important one of the world's most important meetings we had in Antalya, in the same hotel, that G20 meeting, including Obama was in Turkey. So if the situation was that bad, those political leaders of the 20 countries in Europe and worldwide, they shouldn't be there. And furthermore, we do get a lot of requests for the coming challenge tour. People, one of them I know very well, the Pedro from Portugal, since he couldn't make the high enough level actually on the tour. So since I know Pedro very well, and since Portuguese Golf Federation is a very, very good friend of ours, so we just gave a wild card to Pedro. Pedro is coming to play within the next 2 months.
I think that's the second time that you invited to have a wild card for Pedro.
Well, we invited the Pedro second time, and possibly next year, if he cannot make the tour this year, we'll always give the wild card to Pedro, because I know Pedro when he was very young, during my years at the European Golf Association, because I followed him. He was very, very good player. And now, obviously, Pedro will have all the chances he has for the Turkish Airline Challenge Tour. We will give a chance to him.
You have very good memories from Pedro from last year.
I have. From last year, I know Pedro from when he's very young, when he played for European team for the Jacques Leglise Trophy and St. Andrews trophies. And furthermore, this time, nearly I think 2 weeks ago, and then when he actually granted him for the wild card, he thanked me. And he asked me, do I need anything from Portugal to bring it to the Turkey? You know what was my answer? Pedro, you come to the Turkey, perform very well, and I would like to see you in the very near future. You play at the European Tour. And my answer from the Pedro to me was exactly like this. Ismet, I'm really going to do my best, and hope you'll see me soon playing at the European Tour. This was Pedro's answer. And Pedro was, when Pedro come to Antalya, if I'm in Istanbul, I'll go and see him.
Okay, you've seen the trophy, the first time that Betsy Adkins trophy was held here, combined with the Bonalak trophy.
Bonalak trophy.
Do you think this is the right format?
Yes. This format, and this is really, it should be made much earlier, but it needs the time, to settle down the tournaments. This is a very, very nice tournament, and I think Bonalak Trophy, Betsy Trophy is going to be one of the best events of the European Golf Association in the future.
Can you speak me a little bit about the situation of golf, the stage of golf right now in Turkey?
Well, in Turkey, the golf started during 1895, during the British occupation. As you know, the British, wherever they go, first they make a golf course, after that they run the country. And then, but the real action started in Turkey after the Turkish Golf Federation being established in 1996. And since 1998, I am the board member of the Turkish Golf Federation in charge with the international affairs. The reason is we are really improving nicely, but the golf is very slow processing, slow moving process. It cannot happen overnight. It cannot happen unless we have to educate the people, we have to train the referees, and we have to do this, we have to do that. So all we need is the time. And one of the things which my friend Manuel really helped us a lot was DataGolf. Because before, you possibly know, before the DataGolf, everybody was calculating all the tournament scores by hand. Tournament finishes now, and then the scores comes into our time. But one of our meetings at the Europe, I asked Manuel, what do you do for the subject, and could you really help us on this? He said, Ismet, don't worry, we have a system, call it DataGolf, and it's a very nicely organized and very nicely actually operating thing, which was already actually tried for the various events at the Portuguese Golf Federation. So he introduced me to the DataGolf people. And then we had a demo program from them, and we invited DataGolf to Turkey. He helped us for evaluating, managing, and utilization of the DataGolf program. Now we are using very successfully. So this was one of the cooperation which we had with the Portuguese Golf Federation. If we didn't have a good friendship with Manuel, perhaps, because Luis, I think that he is the chief of the DataGolf. He came to Turkey a few times. He trained our people, and then now we are perfectly all right. In every tournament, we are in the DataGolf. Immediately after that, in 15-20 minutes, we see all the scores, and we are very happy with it. And Luis was very, very nice to us.
You have a very good relation with the President Agrellos?
Of course. We have a very nice, good, relationship with Portuguese Golf Federation, starting with Manuel, and of course Miguel as well, because Manuel is not always there, but when we need something, we ask Miguel, and he really helping in every aspect.
Yeah, is there any plans for a better cooperation between the two federations in the future?
Yes, I already talked to Miguel about this. Also slightly mentioned to the Manuel. We are building a 9-hole golf course in Istanbul nearby, but apparently you already have one very nice golf course for the federation. So Miguel is going to help us a lot for preparation, thinking and designing and this and that in the future, in the near future.
We are talking about how many time, in what time, how many years?
Oh yes, in 2 years' time the course will be finished. But the clubhouse, training center, and driving range and so on and so forth, this needs a little bit of organization, which Miguel is going to help us. Means he is going to give us an information when we need it.
Okay. So you saw how it was held here in Hidalgo. What is your opinion about this edition here in Portugal?
Well, for
this tournament here, the Michael Bonales Trophy.
Okay, this tournament have been held very, very nicely. I find out the course very interesting. Each hole has its own character, and I like these elevated tee shots, and then the greens are down and just different, because there are several countries, there are several golf courses they have, but a lot of repetitive fairways, repetitive greens and so on. But this is very unique, very, very nice. We set up golf courses we have here.
It's completely different atmosphere here in the north than in the south or even in Lisboa. So, did you know this course already?
No, this is the first time I've seen it.
And your impression, what are your impressions about the golf course and about the hotel, the venue and everything?
Well, hotel is very nice. The golf course is really interesting. Perhaps needs a little bit more manicured and better clean, but the golf course is fantastic. All you need is a little bit touch here and there.
You don't have a very known player, a Turkish very known player in the world. What is the federation doing to have a more open presence of Turkey in the competition, in the golf competition?
Well, that's a very good question. Turkey is very new in golf, and as well as in the amateur golf. But as you see in the past, if you look at Spain, if you look at Portugal, if you look at France, Germany, Italy, always they produce some well-known players, so young ones actually follow them. They feel that they are ideals. We don't have anything like this. Even we don't have any players playing it in the Challenge Tour, you know. So what we think is to make the first popular in Turkey golf, and then to make the Turkey is popular golf destination in the world. So for this one we are succeeded, because Turkish Airlines Challenge Tour, European Tour events in Antalya. We have 2 events in Antalya, European Tour events. So that really makes a lot of publicity for Turkey, and mainly the Central Europe and Northern European people. They come during the winter time to Antalya to play golf. We have 25 golf courses in Antalya, which they are very nice. And conditions and hotels are nice. So we started this way. But to go to the amateur golf, you have to go to the school level. And we are just starting now to do something. And hope in the near future we produce at least 1 or 2 players playing in the Challenge Tour. The next step is the European Tour and so on.
So maybe Portugal is also an example for Turkey, so for what is happening right now.
Of course, Portugal is more advanced than us, because you started this program much earlier than us.
Okay, thank you very much.
I thank you very much for you, and I'm glad that we had a nice chat covering this beautiful venue here, and successfully have been made.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.